Good people, how are you today? Let me hope everything is okay. You have been asking yourself, where did Kimdi go? We are now seeing new faces. What happened to him? Guys, I have been cooking a lot for you and I've been preparing a lot such that come September, when we officially open up again for this year, when everything is really moving on well on our farms. Now, I'm standing in the garden of Napier. We are in dry season. Actually, the dry season is hitting us so much, but I'm happy that we prepared for that. We already have our feeds in stock. We already harvested some of them. We already have some of them that are still in the garden. And yeah, for us, we are not really complaining that we don't have feeds for the available animals that are already on the farm. In today's video, I'm telling you that if you want to do animal husbandry, what you have to focus on is feeds, mainly feeds, because these animals, whenever you buy it from somewhere and you bring it to your farm or your site, you have to make sure that you have feeds for your animals. And those feeds, you don't have to feed an animal on only one variety of feed. For instance, when you're feeding on posho from Monday to Monday, how do you feel? Even though posho is good, it gives energy, but you have to change and supplement, do some supplementation and also alter. Now, my animals feed on napier, they feed on jack beans, they feed on mucuna, they feed on alfalfa. I'm going to be showing you where alfalfa is. We have the already stored one. We have the already that is still in the garden. Nevertheless, the rains are limited here, but still we made sure that our feeds are fully stocked to move us through along this season that we are in. Once the feeds are really prepared well, where are you going to get the challenges from? People want to enter into this business, but they are not prepared at all. If you have small land, for example, 10 acres and below, yet you need numbers, I would advise you to go for zero grazing, because zero grazing is possible. Those people have been telling you, no, zero grazing is for those people who really have money or what, who will plant pasture. Yes, because your land is limited, you have to invest a lot of money in infrastructure and in nutrition. Also, you buy your animals. For those people who have big chunks of land, and if I talk about someone who is having a big chunk of land, I talk about someone who is having 100 acres and above. If at all your animals are too many for that acreage, also you have to plan properly such that you gazette at least 10 acres and you plant your feeds where those animals cannot reach, such that you prepare the feeds in case the dry season is so hard on you. You can get that feeds and you start feeding your animals. But for someone who is having a very small piece of land, zero grazing is a must for you. And once you decide to do zero grazing, that means the feeds have to be there. You have to be having the fodder. For instance, for us, we can feed them fresh, we can feed them silage, we can feed them hay. You understand? So we make sure that we feed them a variety such that they don't get bored with one variety of feeds. So some of the goats might eat chopped fodder, but mostly, since they are browsers, they like to feed it as it is. So we cut it, we hang them, and they start feeding. I'm now in mucuna. This is the mucuna, and we also feed it to our animals. We just cut it, we take them, they eat the leaves and some of the stems, they get the protein content. Remember, the napier does not give protein content. It is having a limited. But if you have the legumes, the mucuna, the jack beans, those legumes, they are going to supply protein to your animals. And we need a variety of nutrients such that we can balance what this animal could have gotten in the field. Alfalfa I have been talking about. This is one of the queens of protein content that your animals need. And I wonder, if someone is planning to do zero grazing, if you're on your list, you don't have such, then what do you have? That is going to supply you with that protein content that is more than 20 and above, 20% and above. The reason why I show you these things is because I know many people there, much of my followers really, they don't have that big land, and some people come here on the YouTube and show you very big things, and some people get discouraged. You can do something and you earn your money on that small piece of land, because at the end of it all, we are looking for something in the pocket. So I advise you that if you have that small chunk of land, utilize it to the maximum such that you yield. I have said that someone who is having more than 100, at least that one can think about free range. But if you have below that, doing free range must be hectic for you, especially when it comes to dry season. Also think about what your team is going to be feeding on. It is not sustainable when you are buying feeds all the time for the people that are in the farm. It is proper and very good to plant for them some things that are going to give you some food, and you get that relief of every time getting in the pocket, buying this, buying that, you understand? There is a way you get stressed. But if you can plant like 5 acres of maize, you get the maize flour, it will help you for these people to really consume. You can save some money. So I'm advising you, even though you're going to get somewhere to plant pastures, it is also very good and wise to also think about what your team is going to feed on. This is what I always want to show you. Are you looking at this? It was one seed, but look at what I'm going to get from it. We last cut a month back, but look at what I'm going to get at this time. This is why I tell you, if you had an animal that is grazing, you couldn't get this. But if you leave it where it is and you say that I'm going to bring for you, this is what you're going to take for it. It will feed, it will get full, and it will appreciate you. So this is Bracaria morato too. We are in the dry season, as I have told you. I'm happy that the performance of my Bracaria varieties, they are okay. I told you that I planted 3 varieties. I planted Bracaria Camelo, I planted Bracaria Sabia, I planted Bracaria morato too. And I mixed them. Since I want to just cut, I make hay for them, I chop it, I feed to the animals. Guys, pastures, pastures, pastures. Especially if you're going to do zero grazing, you need it. No shortcut. Don't think you're going to be cutting the grass from the road and you feed your animals. That is not sustainable. You plant your pastures. I don't use anything. I don't spray. I don't do what. We just weed. They weed. I have manpower to do that, and yes, I get the results. Here we are drying our Bracaria. I told you that you have to dry it under a shade. The reason why we do this, to keep our nutrients not to be lost from the sun. So whenever you dry it in this way, you are assured of retention of your nutrients. Much of the nutrients will be retained here. Once everything is dry, we bale it and we put them on the our second floor. This is some of the alfalfa that we are also drying. Are you looking at it here? We wilt it, we feed them to the animals. You can tie them. For the cows, you can chop them and you feed them when it is already chopped. Guys, this is the modern farming that I'm always advocating for. This is ready to be baled. This is ready to be baled. But you see, the yellowish, the greenish thing is still there. Are you looking at the bale? 15 kgs. For the goats, we put it like this and they start eating small. But for the sheep and cows, we chop them and they feed properly, because the behavior of sheep and cows is the same. These are grazers and they like to feed on something. They feed it slowly by slowly. But a goat, it is a picky animal. It wants to pick here, pick there, you understand? So we put it there. They're already feeding on this in this morning. But once you chop the hay, this is what you get. And you feed them to cows and sheep. Yeah, so this is the modern farming I'm talking about. If you need this, guys, we sell them to you. We can sell them to you because we have everything that you would require. We have the seeds, we have the feeds, everything that you want, we can sell it to you. These are some of the seeds we have just harvested. This is the jack beans, and we have harvested them. So if you need, we can also give them to you. So guys, what are you really waiting for to join farming? Let me show you in the structure of the goats. So now guys, this is what I've been telling you, that at night they feed on this. There are many, there are that, this one, that one, the other one. We have different partitions in here, and we let them to feed in that way, in that model. So that is Bracaria varieties, the hay that we get from Bracaria. But guys, are you looking at the cleanliness that we are having here? We had just dewormed them. That is why they have been deteriorating. We had dewormed them with the diamond, liver first diamond. That's the dewormer that we have used this time. I tell you that you will be interchanging. You have to interchange these drugs such that the worms don't get used to that to the drug. In these feeders here, we are trying to make them get used to this, you understand, to eat. Since they are not grazers, it takes time for them to learn this, but we pray that they really learn how to do that. So guys, I'm very happy that everything that we try to show you, you make sure that you put it into consideration, and you as well fight as much as possible to implement it. That is the water pot. We have variety of them. You have to give them the mineral blocks for supplementation, so that whenever they feed, they drink, they link, yes, your goat will be looking very, very nice. So we are preparing for you some of the goats that you're going to put here, such that you come here and you learn what you're going to be doing at your farm. So guys, thank you very much. If you've been watching from where we started, guys, I really treasure you. Visit our website, www.kimd.org. Our offices are located in Kasangati, opposite police station on Sport Complex building. I remain Karema Hakim from Kimd Group of Companies. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.